artificial intelligence and data science. I feel gratefully privileged to our management, Ramco Institute of Technology, and General Manager 𝐾𝐫𝐭𝐢𝐟𝐢𝐜𝐢𝐜, sir. We welcome you, sir, and I extend my welcome to our principal, Dr. L. Ganesan, sir, and Vice Principal, Dr. S. Rajakarnagaran, sir. We welcome you, sir. It's my pleasure to extend a cheerful welcome to the head of the department, Dr. 𝐀𝐫𝐭𝐢𝐟𝐢𝐜𝐢𝐜, and the pillars of this faculty development program, Dr. S. Vimal, sir, Mrs. Revati, ma'am, and Ms. B. Selvabranda, ma'am, and my dear faculty. We welcome you, ma'am. Well, I don't want to take too much of your time. I need to leave some time for our colleague, Dr. S. Vimal, sir, to talk about this faculty development program. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Amada Chandru ma'am. Very warm welcome to all the participants for this 5 days FDP on data analytics and machine learning. This FDP was organized by Department of Artificial Intelligence and Data Science of Ramco Institute of Technology. Our department has been started in the year 2021 with an intake of 60, and last year the intake has been raised to 120, and we are marching towards a glory with various achievements. For the past 2 years, we have around 85 publications, out of which 72 papers are in SEA and 4 are in Scopus. And around IEEE transaction publications, we have around 6 papers. And we have a strong industry connectivity with MOU around 7 companies. And we have an international collaboration with 2 universities. One is Seoul National University, and another one is Hankook University of Education, Korea. And our department has achieved various laurels in terms of getting top 2% scientist ranking in Stanford University, USA, and achieved international recognized and distinguished researcher awards. And our faculty has done various online courses of around 25 online courses in various universities like MIT and Coursera, and also in Udemy courses. And we have completed one consultancy project with an industry and worth of rupees 50,000. And we have climbed around 1 lakh funding from various funding agencies like AICTE and NABARD for conducting the international conference last year. And we are in the process of putting our students, around 30 to 40 students are working in the intern progress in department. So these are all some of the achievements, and we are focusing on the development of AI platform through South Tamil Nadu. And coming to the FDP, we have around a very strong resource person. The first day of the resource person was Mrs. 𝐼𝐜𝐢𝐜𝐢𝐜𝐿 Naik. She is a senior research fellow, CSIR, CSO Chandigarh. She has been handling the session with descriptive analytics and predictive analytics with hands-on session for today and tomorrow. So the entire day will be held with our resource person 𝐼𝐜𝐢𝐜𝐢𝐜𝐿 Naik. She is a very strong person and eminent person who has given various lectures, various demos in NITTR and many NIT and IITs. And by Wednesday 15 to 2023, we have a resource person, Dr. Bighnaraj Nayak. He is an associate professor in Department of Computer Application from Veer Surendra Sai University of Technology, Odisha. And by 15th Wednesday afternoon, we have an eminent person, Dr. Saroj K. Meher. He is an associate professor, System Science and Informatics Unit, Indian Statistical Institute in Bangalore Center. And coming Thursday, 16 forenoon, we have Dr. Janmanjay Nayak, and he is an associate professor in Department of PG, Maharaja Sriram Chandra Bandiyo University. Formerly, it was North Orissa University, Odisha. And in 16th Thursday forenoon, we have another resource person from industry, from senior data analyst, Ramco Systems, Singapore. And Thursday afternoon, we have an eminent person, Dr. Asit Kumar Das, professor and HOD, Department of CSE, Indian Institute of Engineering, Science and Technology. Formerly, it was Bengal Engineering, Science and University, Shibpur. And Friday forenoon session was handled by Mr. Vijay Bhaskar sir, CEO, Heratech India Private Limited. And afternoon session was handled by Mr. Maniyandan, CEO, Geon Logics Private Limited, Madurai and Singapore. So we have a part 50% from academic research platform and 50% from industrial sector to handle the FDP. And around 240 participants have registered for the FDP. Among them, 190 is from Tamil Nadu, and rest of the participants are from outside Tamil Nadu. So we planned this FDP in 10 days time, and we have received a huge amount of participant giving overwhelming responses based on the very strong connectivity we have through research and academic forum. So at the end of the last day, we are planning an assessment based on the sessions handled by the resource person, and feedback for every session will be posted after the completion of every session. So participants are requested to complete all the feedback, and attendance will be auto captured in the Gmeet session. So the last day assessment and 90% of percentage attendance with 70% assessment is needed for attaining the e-certificate. So this FDP is a part of our research team of data analytics and machine learning. Hope you participants will be thoroughly enjoying and getting various flavors of research, various basics, how to touch with the data analytics platform, machine learning platform, how we can deal various modeling things and everything we can plan around it. Thanks to all the participants for joining the first day, and hope you are going to get a happy learning environment through this FDP, and the takeaway will be definitely a very good progress which are going to be implemented for your future students, for research scholars, PG students, and also your colleagues. Thank you for all the participants for joining. And now we invite Mula ma'am, please go ahead with the guest.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
I feel highly honored to welcome our chief guest, Ms. Urvashi Nag, ma'am, Senior Research Fellow, CSIR, CSIO Chandigarh, NITTR Chandigarh. We welcome you, ma'am. Ms. Urvashi, ma'am, has 8 years of experience in teaching, training, and software development in various latest IT technologies. She has done B honors in computer science engineering from Uttar Pradesh Technical University, Lucknow, and MTech honors in computer science and engineering from Punjab University, Chandigarh. She did her PhD from CSIR CSIO Chandigarh. She is currently working as Senior Research Fellow at CSIR Central Scientific Instruments Organization, Chandigarh, a Government of India organization. She has worked as corporate trainer for various reputed government and private organizations on latest IT technologies like Python programming and development, cloud computing, and cybersecurity, etc. She has delivered invited talks in many national and international training programs and faculty development programs. TTR Chandigarh, Central University, Kerala, Punjab University, Chandigarh, Seafood Institute, Bangalore, and organization. She is guest faculty trainer.
Yeah, one second. One
I
second.
think the network issue is from my side or a voice is.
Here only, here only. Let me check. Let me check.
Okay.
Here only.
She has previously worked as senior software engineer at EME Technologies, Mohali. While working at CSIO Chandigarh, she has worked on the project for developing machine learning algorithm for measuring river water quality for Ganga River using data analysis of hyperspectral remote sensed geographical data sets. He has also worked on a project for developing computer algorithm for analyzing molecules in tea leaves at CSIO Chandigarh. He has published many research papers in national and international journals and conferences. Once again, we welcome you, ma'am. I'm sure that will be fun and full of learning. So, a very warm welcome to each and every one of you.
Yeah, welcome, Urvashi ma'am. So the stage is yours, and please go ahead with your technical platform. So we are very
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am, for introducing me, and I welcome heartily the all participants who are on time. Firstly, and hope you all are doing very well at your place. So let me first share my screen. Hope my screen is visible to everyone.
yeah, it is visible. Yes,
Oh,
please maximize and go ahead. Okay.
okay. So before starting, I want to convey that this will be not that I will be speaking. I want that all the participants, I think there are 81, 82 participants, they should interact with me, because only I will be speaking and I will not getting anything back. As a teacher, you all know that you want response from your students. The same, I also want the response from you. So you can write the answers, or if you have any doubt, in the chat box. So let me first share my screen. So today's topic I will be covering is Introduction to Data Science and Descriptive Statistics. So before moving on to the descriptive statistic part, we should know that what is data science, why there is a need of data science, why we are going to study this. Okay, what is the difference between the data science and the data analytics? And before, if you want to learn and have a expertise in data science, so what are the prerequisites in that? So let us move on. Need for data science. Suppose if you want to buy a self-driving car, so what are the features of that car? Please let me know in the chat box, everyone. If you want a self-driving car, then what are the features of that driving car? Anyone, please? From the 81, I can think for 7-8 responses from your side. So it's a need. Why we are going to read a data science? So it's cost, speed, and safety. Okay. So Dhanji, thank you. Umaji, okay. Sensors. Anything what? If you are sitting in a self-driving car, a car should do what? It should self-start, self-drive. Any more? Let me admit. Okay. Collect and prepare the data. That's our sense. That's it going into the data science. Yes. And any more? Okay. So first is that the car should take a better decisions at every stage. Firstly, the decision of what a car can do. It can slow down automatically. It can stop by itself. It can speed up. It can automatically. So these are the different features which a car should have. Means the car should be self-sufficient for taking a better decisions. And after doing something, it gets a feedback and it should learn by the feedback. That is what unsupervised learning, we will be seeing it, what are the different types of unsupervised learning in the next class, in tomorrow's sessions. So it should learn it. That is the need of the data science. So you can see a self-driving car, the different companies like Tesla has been already in this field of developing self-driving cars. And what is the motive or what is the objective of this? So by introducing self-driving cars, the 2 million death which is caused by car accidents, that can be reduced. Another example I want to take it to have a more glance on this, that the flights are being delayed or cancelled at the last minute. So how can data science be beneficial in that? It can be that it can predict the route beforehand, and the flights that are traveling in the particular time and particular duration, the better route planning can be done. So incorrect decision at that time can lead to the delayed of the flights. So with data science, which we can predict such disruption beforehand only. So that's the power of data science. Using data science, we can achieve route planning, we can schedule the flight accordingly, we can predict what are the foreseen delays of the flights. The promotional offers we can also calculate it using this features, and we can also decide which class of planes to purchase for better performance. So these are the different example. One more example of FedEx also. FedEx, how these companies deliver their operational efficiency is by finding the best route and then they deliver it in time. That decrease the cost also, and they reach on time also. So after studying these three examples, what is the conclusion we reached? Then what is the mainly data science is needed for three things: for better decision making, whether I should do this or this; predictive analysis, will it be raining yesterday, tomorrow, or it will be not raining. So predictive analysis. Pattern discovery. If some pattern is already been trained to the machine, then it is self-sufficient to understand the or analyze or give the result for the next. So these are the basic need for data science. This is the example for you all. If you are going to buy a furniture online for your new office, so how you are going to choose the website? Can anybody tell me what will be the next flow of this? If I'm going to buy an online furniture, you all have to help me. Ma'am, do this. If I'm going to purchase from the website, what should I do? I can have, I can listen you from the chat box, please. Rajeshwari P has raised their hand. Any doubt? You can text me in my chat box. Please give me the answer. Please help me. If I want to purchase a furniture from the online, what is the next procedure which I should follow? You should now have to think as in like a data scientist. Anyone? Umaji, Sudhanji? Compare details from different sites and collect details regarding the furniture. Okay, good. Thank you, Sudhanji. Any more? I want to hear from many. Okay, no one wants to help me. Okay, one data collection. Okay. So let us see. Firstly, which website I'm going to see. I should check it rating, first of all, site. This site's rating is everything. If you want to go and purchase anything from the Amazon also, firstly you see the rating and reviews before buying anything. If you're technically strong, or if you're not, now everyone goes for the review. What is the review of the thing I'm going to purchase? Next is, everyone here goes for a discount. If I get a discount, I will surf more than 1-2 sites or 3 sites. I will check the rating. Then I will see for the discount. If I'm getting more discount, then I will go for that and purchase that product. So this is a very small example. So we have a lot of questions in that key. Okay, let us. These are the different things which we can predict using data science. That is, who will win the elections, and will the cab reach on the right time? These are the different examples. We can get the answer using this data science. So in simple language, what we can do, what we can quote like data science is multidisciplinary field focused on finding actionable insights from large sets of raw and unstructured data and structured data. So let us see how we can go for these steps. Prerequisite for data science is machine learning. You are going to learn about the machine learning course in this, I think, in this FDP only. The machine learning is the backbone of data science. Mathematical models. Different models you are going to learn, that how you can do the calculations and prediction fast by knowing your data. So second is the thing, mathematical modeling. Third is the statistics. Statistics is the foundation of data science. To extract the knowledge or to obtain the better result from that data, we use this stats. So this statistic portion, we are going to cover it today only. Computer programming, I think many of you will be having your hands on in some of the languages. So what languages which we are going to prefer in this is Python today. They're different also. Our language is also used for data science and data handling. So here we are going to use the Python language. And there are different database. So what is data analytics? Data analytics focusing on processing and performing statistical analysis on existing data sets. So now we move on to the steps. What our data scientists do? We get the main, that is data. Data is the foremost important thing in every field. If you're working in data science, machine learning, the backbone of this is only the data. You get the data, you process that data, analyze it, you extract the meaningful information from that, and then you display it in the useful sites. So there are different machine learning algorithms, that is regression, clustering, decision trees, SVM, naive Bayes, and many more. This is not the end, and many more. So this all we are going to study in the classes, but today we are going to cover regression. So this is the life cycle and the conceptual study. You can have a glance, okay, what if we are having to perform and solve a problem, what are the different steps? First is understand your problem statement correctly. Second is the thing, I'm taking a use case that if you want to predict a price of 1.3.5 carat diamond, then what are the steps we can perform? There you can see here in the data set, I have a screenshot of this. There is carats and this is price. So on the basis of carat, I have to predict the price of that diamond. So second foremost thing is I have to prepare the data. For preparing the data, I have to clean the data, transform the data, reduce the data, and integrate the data. What are these four things? I have to firstly clean or remove the missing data, or I have to fill that data with some values. Transformation is needed to it means it involves normalization, aggregation. What is normalization? Anyone in the audience can tell me what is transformation? Why we do transformation or why we do normalization? Simply. Why we do normalization, everyone? Anyone? Umarji, Priyankaji, why we do normalization? Or why we do scaling? Okay. I will tell you why we do this. Okay, what is transformation, normalization, data cleaning? I'm going to go over one step by step. So normalization, what we does, if we are predicting or if we having a data set like this, let me open Excel and draw it. So let me have here only. If we have students, or it will be better that if I open this. So here if I have students, their marks, then I have their CGPA, we can write it down. And if I want to have they fail or they pass. So if I know their status. So students here will be having some names of them. Here are some marks. Like this. Some CGPA. And status, fail or pass. It's like this. Hope this is visible to everyone. Let me admit them. So student marks. You can see it is in hundreds. This points are in lies in between 0 to 10. This scale lies from 0 to, if I have the total marks of 1000, then 0 to 1000 or 0 to 800. And this status is fail and pass. So this variables are called categorical variables. This is categorical variables because it is stating two status, that is fail and pass. Here for fail we will be writing 0 and pass we will be writing 1. And to have these all, or to predict or to study interrelationship of the data set, we normalize the data set. We will do some transformation and make each and every data set between the range of 0 to 9, so that we can analyze. If this is the data set after normalization, might be this data set look like this. Or if I want to have in 0 to 1, in between 0 to 1, these all data set will be looking like this. After performing mix max normalization, there are different normalization. We will study about that also. Now these all come in the one phase, in one scale. That's why we do transformation. So we were having the problem like this. There were carrots and you have to predict the price of that. So first step is data cleaning. You can see the data set. We have the carrots, we have the price. Here you can see there are some missing values and null. Here we have the numerical value, but 2 is written in capital in the words. So we have to clean them. How we have to clean them? We can fill this missing values with some numbers, or we can remove this all row. Now there I have taken a use case again, I'm repeating, and we are seeing that what are the different steps a data scientist perform, or what are the different steps involved in data science. We were having the two fields, carrots and price, and basis on the carrots we are going to determine the price. Firstly, we will remove the missing values, or we can fill these values by mean, median, or mode. They're different. Or the different things can be the mostly used value, most frequently used value. We can fill this missing values, or we can remove this also. This null value and null column can be removed it. And we, if there is some improper data type, we can remove it or we can replace it also. It is up to us as how the problem is, how much is the data set with us. Then after that, we will be going to split our data set. So for splitting the data sets, anybody can tell me what is the ratio best for splitting our data set into training and testing? I think 2 of the people have raised their hands. If you have any doubt or anything, you can text me. I think you don't have the unmute option, so you can text me. So the question I asked is, in what ratio did we divide the training and testing data set? Come on, everyone. In which ratio should we divide our data set?
Ma'am, 80-20.
80-20. Thank you. Your name, ma'am? Okay. Thank you for responding, ma'am. Anyone else? If you have the unmute option, you can unmute yourself and tell me the answer. Priyanka ji, Uma ji, I think almost are you having the background of computer science? Okay. So, ma'am, as ma'am has said, the ratio is 80 to 20. So, it's not like that. We always divide the data set into 80 to 20 ratio only. Means 8 is to 2 only. We can divide into 75 into 25 also. 85 into 15 also. We'll split the data set and see what the result is coming. If the result, if the R square or if the model is giving the good value, prediction value, then we can have a data set in that, because it depends on the number of rows we are having in the data set. But we will never split our data set into 50 to 50 ratio or 60 to 40 ratio, because we will get the answer in a very good phase. But if you take some random data from outside the world and predict the value from the model which you have made, the value will be not accurate. It will be having vast difference. So the best practice is to take the ratio like 75, 25, 80 to 20. So after splitting our data set, we are now going to plan the model. We have to select our model. So in the first, we have the concept study. Second, we have prepare our data. In preparation, we have clean the data, transform the data, and then splitting of the data. Now we are going to model the data. So which model should be used, which how we do, that is exploratory data analysis. We will understand the data set first before planning the model. We will have to see the data sets. What are the data types being used, how the data is being distributed, what are the different outliers. For detecting the outliers, we use the different pictorial form of the data, like histogram, the pie, different, or depends on the data set. We see to find out the outliers. Then we identify the pattern. Suppose these are the different trends. We can see this is an histogram, this is trend analysis. Okay, if some value is here, it can be an outlier. That's why it is showing here. Or if some values like here, lie here, it's like this. You can see if I have some pictorial representation and some data lie here, so I can strictly remove this data set from our analysis, because this might be an outlier in this. Outlier means something which is disturbing our data sets, our results, and it can mislead our result. So now what we are going to do, we are going to train our model using trained data. We have splitted the data into 80-20. Now with 80% data, we are going to train our model. After our model is being developed with the trained data, now with the help of the test data, we are going to validate that. What is the result coming? Suppose if I have trained the data with the 80%, suppose I have written that if someone is having 9 CGPA, it is pass. And another is if someone having 5 CGPA, it is fail. It is pass and it is fail. This was our trained data sets. These were values in the trained data set. And in the test data set also, we are having 6 is equal to pass. And if our model predicted this correctly, it means we are having the higher accuracy. So we will test with the test data set. And if some other further improvement is being needed, we will train our machine accordingly. Hope this is clear. I am clear till now. Any doubt you can ask me in the chat box. And any phase of the stage, if you are new to this, or if you are proudly knowing these knowledge, at in any stage you can ask me anything. So for this, to plan the model, we need different languages. There are different languages for this, but we are going for the Python, and Python have an extension of .py. When we save the file, we have the .py extension. So how many of you are knowing the Python language before starting? Let me have a pooling of that. How many you have are knowing that? Okay, Miss Sangeeta ji has given the answer 80 and 20. Thank you, ma'am. So I'm giving a polling question. I want that hope you got the polling question on your screen. So please, I want that how many of you know the Python? Because this is the prerequisite of that. You should know the basic Python. I got the only 4 response. Many more are pending. I can see 105, a very good participation from your side. So how many of you know the Python language? And if there is anybody like this who is new to this Python language, I want to know that also. So I think many of you are knowing this Python language beforehand only. That is good. So we will be working on the descriptive statistics using Python only. The polling, I have opened it if someone sees afterwards, because I cannot see that everyone is active or not. But I want that everyone should be active more in my class at least. So in the first step, we have seen the concept building. In the second step, we have prepared the data. In the third, we have chosen a model. Now in the fourth, what we are going to do, we are going to build that model. We have selected now for that same use case which we have taken, we are building a linear regression. What is linear regression? How to implement that? We are going to see later on. But just for a glance, this is a linear model. You can see it. This is a linear model. These are data sets which the points have plotted. Now I will have to guess the price for 1.35 carat. So you can see I can draw a line like this and I can see, okay, the 1.35 carat will be costing rupees 10,000. So what we have done, we have collected, analyzed the data, we have built a model. Now we have predicted the values also using test data. And now for the exact price, I am also calculating it. So after this, when I know that the 1.35 carat diamond costs 10,000, I can predict it for different carats diamond also. So after this, what a data scientist do, it communicate the data to their stakeholders, to the business teams, or if you are a researcher, you will publish it. Finally, last is operationalize it, means the final reports and codes and technical documents are being submitted. So the basic difference between a data analytics and data scientist, it's a scope, the scope of study. Data science is that umbrella term, means it contains a large one, and data analytics is focusing on the particular problem. So data science isn't concerned with answering specific queries with respect to data, but data analysis have to be focused, having questions that need to be answers on the existing data. Data science produces broader insight that concentrate on which question should be asked and emphasize most on discovering answers to the question. This have a microscope, this a macroscope, and this is having a microscope. So this is the difference. Here, the data scientist goal is to ask the right question, but data analytics have to find the actionable data. Okay, what will be the answer for this? So the fields where we are using data science, data analytics is on the screen. You can see it in machine learning and AI and search engine. You all are having the data science, and for the healthcare, gaming, traveling, we have the data analytics. So it's a saying, the two fields can be considered different sides of the same coin because their functions are highly interconnected. So we cannot differentiate that if you want to do, it is like two sides of the same coin. Okay, so we move on to the further. This is another example. It's an interesting example. So everything depends on the data in the data field, which we are. Here is Uber. Everyone have used Uber in their life, I hope so. Let me see what is the polling response, and then I can end that. Okay. This polling also shows one thing, that how many you are active in the classes. Acha, poll is not visible. Many of them have responded. Okay, I will consider your Sangeeta ma'am and Vikram sir. I will consider your polling. There are 9 people who are responding. So everyone in your life have used Uber. I consider that. So what is making Uber so rich? What is? Is data enough to grow a business? Yes. Data is the everything which is growing Uber rich. How it is? The same, which the steps which we have discussed, the Uber is using that same. Suppose I'm taking an example. You get up in the morning and you are late to the office. What you will do? After ready, you will hire the Uber. You will open the app and you book your taxi. So while booking, if you book in the office hours, what unusual you see? Anyone in the chat box? If you are hiring a taxi using Uber or Ola at the office hours, so what unusual is there? Yes, Sudanchi is perfectly correct. That cost will be high. Why is it so? How Uber get to know that the you have to increase the cost, higher end? Dr. Saranachi, yes, perfectly correct. How Uber gets known? It is all about the data. Data is the Uber gets the data. How it is there? You can see it at the particular location. If the taxi demands are more, high demands means high price. They will increase the price. So this all, it's dependent on the data. The data scientist teams are there at the Uber set, and they dynamically model the price. So now we are moving on to the descriptive statistics. These are the different companies. Everyone knows that data science is being used everywhere. In the ads recommendation section, Amazon, YouTube, everywhere. How if you are searching for a shoes, and if you are open your Instagram, on the Instagram also you came to know that okay, this was I was searching in the Google. How Google knows, how YouTube knows, how Instagram knows that I was in a search of this. This is all the AI facilities or the data science, the analysis of the data facilities which we are getting. So let me have now the descriptive statistics part. So any problem in data science till now, it was just a glimpse, not insight, in-depth knowledge of that. It was an insight knowledge. Those who were not familiar to this field should have a glimpse of this. So working on to the further part of descriptive statistics before moving on. Any problem? Chalo, okay, before starting, what are the 7 steps? And can anybody write in the chat box? What are the 7 steps we have currently studied about the to do the processing in the data science? What was the first step? Those who were listening, me can write it. First, what was the first step which we have currently studied? Let me before moving on to this. Have you seen the 6 steps? So what was the first step? Firstly, we have seen the concept. What is the problem? What is the second? Framing problem. Perfectly, Sudhanji. We have to frame the problem correctly. If you are not framing the problem correctly, you will be not getting the result. So the problem statements matters a lot. So the second one is what? Collecting data. Yes. After collection means preparing data. I want others also to answer. Please fast. We have to frame the problem, collect the data. Third step. What is the third step? Clean. Yes, perfectly correct. Okay, only one person is responding. I want. Okay, pre-processing. Very good. Next, after pre-processing, what we do? Pre-processing and cleaning is the same thing, that we are pre-processing the data set, we are cleaning the data set, we are splitting the data set. After this pre-processing, what we are going to do? Yes, perfectly correct. We are going to develop the model. Which model we should choose according to the data set? Then perfectly, Anuji, Nahalaji, perfectly answering model development. That is classification model or clustering model. Perfectly. After this, we have selected the model, we have created the model. Then what we will do? Result, prediction. If it is a prediction, or analyze what? Analyzing and prediction. Perfectly, Rashmiji, perfectly correct. We are going to this. We will predict the data, the result of this. So hope this this half an hour was the brush up of yours, those who were knowing this priorly. So moving on to the descriptive statistics now. So everyone is having the Python ID on which you are going to work, because I will be giving some assignment type of short question which you have to run on your screen. There are different IDs. Everyone knows that. I am working on the Spider one. I will show you on the Spider. If you are familiar with the Jupyter notebook, you can work on the Jupyter notebook. If you are not having any IDs, you can text me in the chat box. I will send you a link and you can install that. So hope you are having the Jupyter notebook. If anyone is working on that, if you don't having, you can work on the Spider also. So let me have one more polling of this. I'm creating a polling, so I am able to see that how many you are having that, and you can perform the task with me. So I have launched this. Hope you now you can see the polling on your screen. Many people are raising their hands. They want to tell me anything. You can write in the chat box. Okay. I got only 3 responses. What about the others? Six. Let me show you all. Okay. Only one is not having, 2 is not having the. Okay, I don't know. I'm able. Many of them saying that Kalavidhi is the poll is not appearing. But I'm getting the response. But I'm getting the response of others. I don't know why it's not appearing from your side. You can write in the chat box. Those who are not unable to see the poll, they can write. They can straight away give me the answer in the chat box. I have written that Jupyter, Spider, none or others. Okay, many of you are not having the IDs also. Sangeeta ma'am, you can text me in the chat box. So I get to know that, because basically I want to know that many of you are not having, how many of you are not having any of the IDs. So I will give you and you can download it, or you can straightly go on to the internet and you can download that. Okay. Let me end the poll. I got only 13 responses. If you are not having any IDs, you can download the Anaconda if you want to. Download Anaconda for Windows. You have to open the Anaconda site. Here you can scroll it down and you will get the downloads. You can see the downloads for Mac OS, Linux, or the Windows. So you can simply download this and press next and next and next, and it will be saved. After downloading Anaconda, you get the Jupyter notebook. I will show you how the Anaconda look like. You will write the Anaconda navigator. So different IDs come automatically. So you can simply run any of them in which you are feasible. So side by side, those who are not having this, they can download this file from the internet. Otherwise, you will be not able to do the programs. And unless and until you practice it, it is worthless. So you can see different IDs will be appearing here. So for that now, I will be working on the Spider. Spider is nothing, is a scientific Python development environment. So any doubt from your side? No, perfectly correct. No doubt is there, means everything is being clear to you all. So when you open the Spider platform, let me have a glimpse of this also. Here we are going to write the code. This is our scripting areas. Here the different files which you saved and which you make is kept on the left hand side of mine. Here the program which I'm going to run, you can see it here. If the plots are there, if some variables are being stored, you can see here. So the one glow we can see that. And if I want to work on Jupyter Notebook, it is also very easy. You can you have to launch it from here. See, Mohan Rajji is telling us how we can see the poll. So now coming up to the descriptive statistics, we have seen that the one part of that was the statistics also. We have to study the statistics, models. So we are going step by step. Firstly, we have understand what are the prerequisite to have the hands-on on the data science. We have seen the different models. We are going to study it later. Before that, we should have a good knowledge of statistics. So that's we are going to cover it right now. So firstly, we have to understand there are different analysis in the statistic, that is univariant. Univariant means we have having a single variable. Bivariant means we have to study the relationship between the two variables. And multivariant means there are multiple variables and we have to study the interconnection between them. So there are two types of statistics. Hope this you are knowing before also. Descriptive statistic and the inferential statistic. In descriptive statistics, we have the measure of central tendency, which we studied from 6th standard, that is mean, median, and mode, and measure of variance. So we will be covering all this. Firstly, we are going for the descriptive statistics. In that, we are going to study about the measure of central tendency, mean, median, and mode. So what is mean? That is quite easier. It is the total observation, a sum of observation upon total observation. So how we perform this mean? Let us see. So we are having different libraries in Python. So for performing the statistics, we can use the NumPy as well as statistic library also. So I will be showing the both example to you. I'm importing these statistics. For running this, I'm pressing F9 button. Directly you can see if I'm running this line, this is coming in the right hand side console. So I have created a list. List is created by the curly square brackets. I have created a list of this, and I want to print the mean. So how you can see the mean is 2. How we calculated it? We have used this statistics library, and in that library we are having the mean function. In that mean function, I'm passing this list. So simply what the computer is doing? It is calculating the sum and divided by the total observations. And if I want to use the NumPy, I will import that NumPy library, and we will find the mean by using what is this? What I have done this? I have import the NumPy library, and I have write as NP. What is mean in Python? What is the meaning of 23rd line? Import NumPy as NP. Those who are knowing the knowledge of Python, they can answer me. Okay. We are creating an alias of NumPy as NP. Means in general knowledge, if I layman knowledge, if I want to say that is a nickname of NumPy. It's an alias name, another name for that. It can be anything. It can be NP, it can be NPY, whichever you want to make it. But in the regular practice, NumPy is known as NP only. That's why we are using NP. And in NP, NumPy, there is a mean function. And we are passing the list. I'm starting from the basic. Those who were knowing will be like, okay, this already we know that. Because there are many people which does not know anything. So we have to take everyone in the one stand. So I'm starting from the basic only. So import NumPy as NP, and NP.mean, we will be getting mean. So similarly, I want that I will be telling you there is another median. Median is the middle value of the data sets. And how we use statistic class, a library, and there is a median function. I want that everyone seeing this can write the code for the median. Come on, you have to write the code and text me in the chat box so that I get attention of everyone. So you are now going to write a code. What you have to do, you have to calculate the median of this data set only. You have to write the code. There is a median function in statistic library and median function in NumPy also. So let me see. What is the list contains continuous value? Yes. You have to write the continuous value. Or you have to write all the lines of code and give me. Not like, okay, one line. If you are having your system working, you can open that. You can write the code, run this, and send me this code. Copy this all codes and send me in the chat box. Or for you all to make it easier, I'm texting this in the chat box, and you can reverse me back as a median function example. Kaldevi have mentioned it correctly. Don't use it in the ordered. Or you can take an ordered data. If you are not using an ordered, then you have to sort the data. Let it be like the sorting only, sorted data. I think you are performing it. I'm giving you 1 minute. Dr. Rashmi Karadevi have responded me to the, I think, dummy name for NumPy. Okay, Kritika, perfectly correct. Just this I have shown you as a mean. Now you are going it to give the response for the median. After median, I will be telling two more functions of the median only: median high and median low. Before that, I want that you should perform the function for median. It will be a practice to the newcomers to the field of. It's a very powerful field. So while you're performing, I want to tell you that I'm working in CSIO, and I have worked on many projects. Right now, I'm working on the project that. Okay, wait a second. I'm getting. Okay. So while working on the different projects, so presently I'm working on the prediction of water quality using remote sensing, using geospatial data. So the backend is Python only, and I'm using all statistics there. I have to generate the models also, predict the water quality. There are different parameters on that values. So it's a very powerful field which can be get in any field. It's that so much versatile. I'm not getting any answers. If you are facing any, tell me. If you are having facing any problem, not able to run, or still if you are writing, you can type, ma'am, still doing. Anyone who are still doing, because I'm unable to configure between that we're doing or not. Rashmi ji, you are doing? Kaladevi ji, anyone? Or no one is trying? That can be one phase also, that no one is trying to do this. Anyone? Or you are busy in writing, that's why you're not responding me. This can be one state. Okay, let me show you the code then. If anyone has responded, no. So we will have we will import the median class from statistic library. So we can import it like this also. We can use import class and the function, or we can have the from statistics import median. We can write this also. So if I run this, and let me run this, and I have a data 1, I have to find the mode of this. What I have to use, I have to, median of this, we will use median and data 1. I have to pass the data. If I want to use it using the NumPy, I will use np.median. np.median. Then we are going to have the data set. Like we have to get the answers of median like this. Okay, completed. Kala Devi said yes, completed. Ma'am, can you text your code in the chat box? That will be very pleased for me, that I am able to see that. Please text your code in the chat box. Okay. So we will now do the median high and the median low. We have seen how to calculate the median. Now we are going to see the median high and the median low. So what does this median high and median low does it? It simply give us the it simply return the high if we are having the let me move this slide first. Median low. In the median low, the middle if we are having two values in the middle, in the case of odd number only, not in the case of even number, it will work. In the case of odd numbers, if we are having the middle two values like 8 and 10, it will select the lower value 8, and if we use median high, then it will be selecting the higher value, that is 10. So you can run and you can write this code for median high. Because you can simply, if you are making the note, you can simply write what are the different functions and use it afterwards. So for median high, there is a function dot median high, and for median low, there is a function of median low. I will run this code for you all. You can see I am having the set 1 and I'm running this. What will be the answer before running? I want that. What will be the answer for median high? This is the set 1. What will be the answer? In the chat box, please. And I'm running the code for the median high. What will be the answer? I'm showing you the set 1. What does median high return? The middle value, highest one. 6. Okay. Anybody else? Dr. Rashmi ji has responded. Anybody else who want to answer this? If set 1 is this, what is the median high value? Seven. Okay. Anybody else? If I run this code, what will be the answer? Simply. If I'm running the 26th statement, what will be the answer? This is your set. I got it some responses from your side. Let me run this and you can check your answer. Firstly, this has been arranged in the increasing order. What will be 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. And middle value will be 3 and 5, and higher will be 5. So the answer will be 5. Hope it's clear. Everyone tried it best. Very good. I love to see the participation of you all who have answered me. Dr. Rashmi ji, Mrs. Sarana, Rinka ji, Sudhan ji. Means actually you are listening. That is portrayed a good example and give me energy to speak more. So hope this is being clear how it is giving median high. So another example is for median low. So now what is the answer for this? For this set, if I run median low. Now it will be clear to everyone. With the example of median high, if I run this for median low, then what will be the answer? Three, perfectly correct. Because here the middle value is 3 and 4 and we have to return. It is already sorted. We don't have to sort this. So for this set, 3 and 4 is the middle value and 3 is the lowest. That's why the answer will be 3. Let us run this. The low mid. The answer is 3. Perfectly correct. Answer given by many of yours. Dr. Sanana, visualization means which you want to. 3. Okay. Answer is perfectly correct. It has been given by more than 10. Okay, typo error. Okay, no problem. So moving on further. Now I got the energy from yours only that I want to move further, because when you are blank, you're not saying anything. I seen that I'm speaking and nobody is present. So thanks for everyone who is responding me. Next is the mode. Mode, everyone knows that the highest frequency in the data set. So we have this statistic class, and then the statistics we have mode. So now we are going to import mode from statistics, and as we have performed the mean, we can perform the mode. So a question for you all: what will be the answer for these all? The data set 1, data set 2, and the data set 5. Come on, fast. If I want to calculate the mode of data 1, data 2, and data 5, what will be the answer? You should not take more than 1 minute to answer this. Without running the program, what will be the output? And we will run the program and then see the output is same or not. 1.3. Okay. For this, it is 1.3. Yes. And for this data 5, for it can work on the not on the numerical value, fraction value, but also on these type of data set also. What will be the answer if I run this code? We have a list: red, blue, black, brown. So most frequently uses, okay, I haven't called the statistics.mode. Doesn't import this. I have to import this, then I have to call. See, the black is the most frequently called. Perfectly. So Bhakarji, it is perfectly correct. Black is used 3 times, blue 2, brown 1, red 1. So most frequency, the higher frequency is black. Hope the mode is also being clear to everyone. Mean, median, mode. Any problem in this? This was the basic stats. Sharanaji, I will explain it once again. Actually, mode means the highest frequency. Means the number. Let me take another example for this to explain this. If I make a tele chart of this, so you can get 2 is coming 1 times, 3 is coming 2 times, 4 is coming 1 times, and 5 is coming 4 times, 6 is coming 3 times, and 7 is coming 1 time. So high frequency kiski hui? What is the frequency? Highest frequency, the number is coming. Which number it is? 5. Usha ji has perfectly said. Most repeated in the sequence. Yes, we can have like most repeated. So 5 will be the answer for this. Let me run this. You can see the answer. Is 5. Hope now it is being clear, Sharanaji. Okay. So moving on further. Now the measure of variability. Basically, the variability is would say that how well is our data distributed, how much their difference is there. So to measure the variability, we have range, variance, and standard deviation. So you will be seeing one by one. What is the range? Range means the min value and the max value. The difference between that means the difference between the largest and the smallest value. So let us run some code for range also. Suppose this is our array. So the higher, if I run this, the maximum number will be 5 and the minimum it will be 1. And if I want to find the range, I will minus this 5 minus 1, that will be the 4. And if I want to print the max, min and the range, there will be 5, 1 and 4. This is the range. How much variations is in our data sets? How much, if I want to know the range of this data set, that is highest number minus the lowest. Maximum we calculated using the max function and minimum we calculate using the min function. And range is maximum minus minimum. Hope this is being clear to everyone. Some must confused with a range function. There is a range function in Python. Anybody have an idea of range function? Can tell me? This range and that range is different. It's not like the same. The here range is the difference between the maximum and the minimum value. And this range function, which is already inbuilt in Python, is what? Yes, Dr. Saranaji, perfectly correct. Yes, start, step, and step value. It contains start or till where it has to be go and the step value. It contains like that. If I write this, a question for you all, range 2 to 10, what will be the answer? Or for the first, I want to use 0. 0 to 10, what will be the answer? If I run this 23rd statement, what will be the answer? Let me maximize some. No? Hope it's visible to everyone. Let me maximize one. Range 0 to 10 will give perfectly correct. 0 to 9. Yes. It will display us 0 to 9. It always run, if I print this. Zero to 9. But if I want that range 2, 10, 2, then what it will be giving? It always run till 10 minus 1 or the end minus 1. If I am writing it 20, it will be running till 19. If what will be the answer for the 24th? Yes, it will be printing at skip counting of 2. This is the stepwise number or the skip numbers. So this and this are different, but the range name was there. So I wanted to tell you the range function also. It just came in my mind. So I wanted to tell you that also. So any doubt till here? Anyone is raising? 5 of you are raising their hands. So if you want to tell me anything, you can write in the chat box. Dr. Rashmi ji, is that perfectly correct? Range is equal to high minus low. Thank you if you're not having any doubt. Okay. So we are now moving toward the variance. Variance is the measure of how much the data varies from the mean. If we are calculating the means and we want to see the variations, so we use the variance. I would like that everyone should write this formula because we are going to perform some question like this. So it will be useful for you only. Please write the formula. Variance, how we calculated? X minus X mean square and then meaning that. Or if I can show you another formula, you can write this formula also. X minus mean square summation divided by n. N is the number of terms. Hope you have written the formula of variance. Now calculate this. This is an example that after watching the commercials, the product is being purchased. So how you have to only calculate for the commercial watched. You have an array of 10, 15, 7 to 16, and you have to calculate the variance of that. And if you want to know the formula, I can show it again. Let me see what are the doubts of yours. Anyone is having any doubt? No, not to be included. Number not to be included. Last number minus 1. Mrs. Usha ma'am, that is 10. If I'm writing 10, it will run till 9. And if I'm writing it 11, it will run till 10. 1 line, 1 less than the last which we have given. Yes. So here we I hope you have written the formula. If you want to note this formula, you can note it down. Otherwise, the other formula which I have shown, the both are same. Variance. You have to calculate the variance of this. This is the formula. X minus mean square divided summation and divided by the number of terms. So calculate it. Let me see who will do it fast. You can use the calculator if you want to. Number minus mean into a whole square divided by the number of terms. Giving you 2 minutes. Hope I'm not going too slow, too fast. If you have any doubt, you can ask me anytime. And if my speed is fast or slow, I had to slow it down or fast it, you can tell me. Hope everyone is solving the question and I'm waiting for your answers. And we have two things, variance of a population and variance. And that I will let you know. Firstly, you do this, then I will tell you one more thing. Hope everyone is doing. Let me see anyone has finished or not. Variance is 1 point. Okay. Thank you. I think HOD sir is there, IoT. Okay. So 1.25, only one has calculated. Dr. Rashmi ji has given us the calculation for this. Let us see how we are going to calculate it. Firstly, we will calculate the means of this. For calculating the means, we will plus all this and divide by the number of observations as we have seen the mean before. The mean for the commercial watch will be 10. Then we are going to calculate the variance. For variance, what we will do, we will take one number, we will minus it by the mean and square it. We will do it for each and every calculation. Then we will have the summation of that. That is 26.8. Anyone who have the answers like 26.8? Okay. Try it for the product purchases now. The first one I have shown you how we have done. Now you do it for the product purchases, because I didn't got enough answer for the commercial watch. We are doing it for a reason. I will tell you. First of all, complete this for the product purchases. You can use pen and paper. If you want, you can use pen and paper and give the right answer. Firstly, what is the mean of product purchases? Anybody who have calculated the mean of product purchases? It's like that every time I have to go and end the show and come like this. Calculate the mean of product purchases first. Then calculate the variance. What is the answer? 7. Okay, perfectly correct. So you can take the help of this calculation and do it. For this is, you have calculated the mean. Now you have to calculate the variance. Do it fast. Perfectly correct. Variance is 22. See how we have calculated it. So here are two things here in the variance. One, there are two types of variance. One is sample variance, and another is this is sample variance, and another is the population, variance of a population. So what here we have calculated is the variance of population. If you use the same function var in using R language, if we are talking about other language, R language, then it calculates the variance of a sample. But if you use this var function here, it will calculate the sample. It will not calculate the sample. It will calculate the population, the variance of a population. In population, we divide it by the n. And in sample, we divide it by the n minus 1. This is only the difference between the variance of a sample and variance of a population. This is the two difference. Hope this is being clear to everyone. I'm moving on to the next. How we implement this. In Python, we have using statistic class. If you want to implement it using statistic class, we use variance. And if you want to use the numpy, we use var. So firstly, we will import the variance. Then we will use to calculate the variance class. But if I want to use the NumPy library, how we can use it? It's simply like this. The same example we are going to take. It was this 10, 15, 7 to 16. You can see we were having at 20.22 and 26.5. And okay, here I got one to see the stack also. Anybody knows what is the use of the stack function? How the stack work? While teaching, if it comes like something is in between, I explain it. So in variance, or if you want to perform some numerical operation, we use stacking. What is stacking? I will tell you using the example. Let me see if I'm having the program for that. Otherwise, I will write it. See, we are creating two NumPy array, and if we are stacking that AB according to the axis 0, so see what we are going to get the result. See, these are two different arrays. Now it become one two-dimensional array. 1, 2, 3 is one, and next is 4, 5, 6. But if we are stacking it x is 1, it is creating like that. 1, 2, 3 means 1 and 4, 2 and 5, and 3 and 6. Vertically and horizontally. It means like that. Axis 1 means vertically and axis 0 means horizontally. They are creating an array. Hope it's being clear about stacking. Oh, very nice. Kaladevi ji has written the answers for calculating that variance. Perfectly correct. And what she has done, she has calculated the means and created a var function of itself. She hasn't used the NumPy inbuilt function. After that, she has used that also. Yes, perfectly nice to see the code. So we can calculate the variance by using the var function of NumPy or the variance function of the statistics. It's up to you how you wanted to use and how you wanted to implement that. Any doubt? I'm moving further. The variance is completed. So a thumbs up from your side. So again, I can move further. Okay. Thank you. Anybody else who want to respond? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I got the thumbs up. Okay. Thanks. Thanks a lot, everyone. So now we are having the standard deviation. For standard deviation, this is what the variance we have calculated. We will simply do the square root of that. Nothing else we have to do, and it to calculate the standard deviation we have stdv function, inbuilt function. That's why Python is easier, we can say, because for everything there is an inbuilt function, and in one line we can perform many of that. So if you want to use the statistic package, there is stdv for calculating standard deviation. And if you want to use the NumPy, there is std. So whichever you want to calculate it, you can use it. So you can write it down for calculating a standard deviation. In statistics package, we have stdev function. And in NumPy, we have std. Only this much. You can write it down. Okay. Hope you have written. Check. So we have seen the standard deviation also. Now, what are the inferential statistics? In inferential statistics, we can predict the outcome for the large data set. Without needing to gather the data set for the whole population, we can simply predict the outcome for large data sets. For this, we have differential techniques, hypothesis testing, confidential intervals, and regression analysis. We are going to perform the regression analysis. We'll see. Before that, we will see what is variance, covariance. Wait a second. Before that, I want to give you a program based on the studies which we have done. It will be a quick revision for you all. A question for you all. Write a program calculate the variance standard deviation of any data set. This either can be implemented by inbuilt function or you can create your own function. Come on, 5 minutes for this. I'm giving. You have to do this question. Write a program to calculate the mean, variance, standard deviation of any data set. You can create it by yourself. Either can be implemented by inbuilt function or you can create your own function for this. 5 minutes just for a revision. Then we are going to move further. Any doubt you can ask? Hope everyone is writing a program. In one program, I want this all. Okay, I got an answer. Able to see. Dr. Sanaya. Sample this mean variance using the statistics class. Okay. Perfectly correct. I got only one response from Dr. Saranya Nataranjanji. Many more. I want everyone to answer this. A small quick revision program for you all. See, let me see. Hope others are doing. I got only one response. Come on, do it fast. Last 1 minute. Come on, fast. Anyone is doing? I shall move further. If you're doing right, doing. I got one more. Let me check it. 𝐀𝐫𝐭𝐢𝐟𝐢𝐜𝐢𝐜 statistics function you have used. Okay, perfectly correct. I want at one go, I want to see the program, not a single line. I want to see a program from you. Come on, do it fast. Hope everyone is doing. I think everyone is done. So I'm moving further. If you are doing, you can write D. Otherwise, I'm moving further. It was just a practice for you. If you're writing it, do it. Text me D. D is for doing. If not, then I'm moving further. So I think all of you have done. So we have seen the variance. So there are three things: variance, covariance, and correlation. So variance means the variability from the mean. Covariance means is a measure between the variability of two variables, and the correlation is a relationship between the variability of two variables. So we will see this all in deep. We have seen the variance, how we calculate it. Now comes the covariance. Covariance is a measure of relationship between two variables. It measures the degree of change in the variables. That is, when one variable changes, there will be a same or similar change in the other variables or not. So the formula for calculating the covariance is this. If you want, you can write it down. It is x minus x mean, y minus y means. We product that and divide it by the number of population minus 1. Write it down and do a question of economic growth. According to the economic growth, we have SPNP returns. This is the covariance formula. We are not going to do every stats in practical, but 1 and 2 we can do it. So that when our base is being created, we can perform the other by itself only. So for the covariance, hope you have written the formula. Do it for the economic growth. Previously. Okay, I'm showing. This formula sahih na? Calculated for economic growth only. So we will see that how the covariance is being given and how we study it, how we relate it. Anybody who have calculated? You can use your PC if you are comfortable with the programming. You can use your PC also. Done? So let me run this. If you're running it good. So these, what data set we have taken? If we calculate the covariance, it will come like this using programming. 0.8, 1.5, 1.5 and 6.6. How this is being calculated and how this is being studied, let us see. I got an answer. Okay, perfectly correct. 314513, and you have calculated the covariance between these two data. Yes, it's correct now. So this example is the same which we have taken the commercial watch and the product purchases. I'm explaining that this one before. These is the Panda library. So Pandas is used for the data sets. So I have created a let me use this whole. I've created a data set with some random numbers, and I've used the commercial watched and the product purchased, the same field which we have taken. You can see I have taken a seed, random dot seed. Anybody can tell me what is the seed function here? What the seed function do here? What does the seed does? Firstly, let me run this. If I run this, you can see these are the same things which I have given you in the question. And if I want to calculate the variance is 33.5. It's the same question, the commercial. I think the seed is being changed. What the seed does, let me see what is your response. Initialize random value. The random numbers means it is initializing the random numbers. But seed, what does seed does? See, let me open Paint and explain you what does the seed does. If I'm generating a random number 2, 3, 6, 8, this is the random number which is being generated, and I have fixed a seed value of 2, 6, 4, 3. Any number I have filled it. And again time, if I'm using its seed and running the program, the random number will be generating it this only. If you don't want to change the random number sequence, you can use the seed value. Otherwise, every time if you are using the random function, it will be generating some random numbers which are different. So we use definitely seeds for the check the data should not change anytime, so that after we can see the after effect of the calculation afterwards. That is the only reason we use seed. Someone has given the numpy random seed is a numerical value that generates a new set or repeat pseudo random numbers. Perfectly correct, Priyanka ji. You have written it perfectly correct. So we were on the variance. If I calculate at the variance, we have calculated it. For the covariance, we see the interconnection of two data sets as we have read right now. We will see. So how this is being represented. Let me show you. We have commercial watched and the product purchased. I'm writing the first letter of all. Again, we have the commercial watched and the product purchase. How you will read the answer which is coming. Commercial watched and the product purchase. You will be getting a covariance between commercial watched and commercial watched, 1 point something. Commercial watched and product purchase, some value, 0.35. Product purchase between commercial watch, it will be the same, 0.35. It will be any numbers. I'm writing it randomly only. And product purchase with product purchase. This is the 2x2 matrix which we get. And how to study this? This is the way of studying it. Hope it's being cleared how this 2x2 matrix is being read. Commercial watched and the product purchase is being read like this. So actual the variance between this is covariance between this is 0.35. Or here the answer is 3.25. And if we are working on this data set, it is 1.53. The covariance which is being calculated is 1.53. Hope this is being clear to everyone. Any doubt in the covariance, you can ask it. How we can are reading this, you can ask that. This tells us, as we have seen, how the measure of or the relationship between the two variables exist. In the data pre-processing phase, we read this, how the data looks like, what is the difference range. Now we are going to see different interquartile range also. We are moving on to that also. So Dr. Sunacha, I'm going to show you the code once again. We can see this. This is the commercial watched code. And simply numpy, there is _cof function which we are using for calculating the covariance. You can tell me if you are tired at any time, huh? Anybody of you who are tired, you can tell me. Because it's not too much, I think so. We are going it on a small pace. So this is a question for you all. Or you can see an example for calculating difference. What we have taken two array, we have stack it accordingly to the x is 0. Then we have calculating the array variance np.var, and after that we have calculated the covariance, that np.cof. So there are different ways of doing this. So see, if I'm writing this, if I wanted to ask that what is the covariance between X and Y, you will say 0.9313. So till now it's clear. Okay. Dr. Sharanaji, which code you wanted to see? Done. Okay, done. Okay, perfectly right. So till here we have seen variance, covariance. Now we are moving on to the correlation. And one thing more before moving on to the covariance, the covariance value will every time will be like this. If it is equal to 0, then the variables are uncorrelated. If that is greater than 0, they are positively correlated. If there is negatively, if it is less than, then we will say they are negatively correlated. So the strength of correlations, or the measure of correlation, will tell us the covariance. So the limitation is what? What is the limitation of covariance? Or the issue with covariance is that it requires both variables to be measured on the same scale. Means if you are having the X in decimals, so B should be on the same scale, within same range, we can say. So that is not standardized, and its interpretation is scale dependent. Every time the covariance is scale dependent. To overcome this, we have the correlation. Now we are going to see about the correlation. 1 minute. Okay, I'm pasting the code in the chat box. I'm pasting the code. Wait a second. I'm pasting that. Which one? The cove one? This code, or 𝐀𝐫𝐭𝐢𝐟𝐢𝐜, tell me this code only, na? You were talking about this one. I have pasted. Any else code you wanted that? You can ask for that also. Okay. Correlation means overcomes the scale dependency. We have seen in the covariance they were scale dependent. So in let me see. I'm unmuted now. Yes. Okay. So this how we do correlation. The formula is this. We are not going to perform this right now. We're just going to see. We have done too much of calculation, and I'm not going to bother you all with the calculations. So for the correlation coefficient, let me have the first see this. You can see stacking. You know what the stacking does? To calculate the correlation coefficient, we have 𝐀𝐫𝐭𝐢𝐟. You can read it. When you click on this, you can go on to the help also, and it will pop up also. It returns Pearson product moment correlation coefficient. You can see it. What are the different parameters which you can pass in the correlation coefficient? That is also visible. So how we do? Let us see the correlation coefficient. The correlation coefficient between X and Y is 0.01. How the two data are interrelated. More interconnection means the data are good. Less coefficient means the data are not good. Means if we are going to study about suppose the let me have some predictive value. Okay, the same example which I have taken. If we have carrots and we have to detect the price, it's the same thing which we have done. Madam, it will be better if you share the respective coding part after the session. Okay, I will try to send that. It will be very easier for you to practice it. That's the thing. Yes. So I was telling that, if I, where was, there's this one. If I was studying about the carrots and the price, and if we study the correlation between that data set, if we get 0.8, what it is? Okay, these means before that, let me change the example. If we have thousands of columns in our data set, I'm not talking about the rows. We are having thousands of columns, and we are having a problem statement. So which column we should take for our study? So there, if we are predicting any value, that will be our outcome or target column. So we will find the correlation between the different columns. If we get the high correlation value, like it's 0.6, 0.7, 0.8, 0.9, so we will say, okay, this will definitely going to help me to find out the target variable. But if the correlation is very less, it's 0.1, 0.2, it means I'm not going to get any good things from this columns. So we are going to leave that column in our study. So here, now you should have an idea why we are going to perform these statistics. Why the variance, the covariance. Variance means how the data are distributed. We can see that. Correlation means which column we should take, which column we should leave. It gets in one glance. We can come to know at one glance which column we should study. So hope this is being clear. Correlation deals with cause and effect. So this you can see, you can perform, or before that, if you want to read a CSV file in Pandas, there is a read underscore CSV function. You can read the CSV file from there. The location, you can pass it and you can read it. Hope this is being clear, and you now you know how to find the correlation coefficient, that is CORCOF, CORRCOEF. So I'm writing this code also. You just have to give the file path. I'm writing here file path. You can read that. So as I've told you, if you have the correlation value like 0.7 to 1, it will be a strong correlation. If you're having in between, it will be moderate correlation. If it's less than 0.2, it will be a weak correlation. So it lies between 0 to 1. The value will not go above 1. So a quick revision between the covariance and correlation. You can have seen the scalability features of that, scale variance of covariance. This is the measure of correlations. It is unit-free measure. It has a unit. Covariance is a measure indicating the extent to which two random number variable changes in tandem, and correlation is a statistical measure, how strongly two variables are related to each other. So if this is an example I want to show you, if you found that the sales are being or if the shaved heads are being increases in the society, you can see that, okay, the shaved heads are increasing. It means the sale of the razor is also increasing. So this is the correlation. If one is tending to increase, the second is also increasing. If one is declining, the second is also declining. So if the correlation value will be greater than 7, so this type of trend can be seen. Otherwise, if it's not, if the value is less than 5, these trends cannot be seen. So any doubt till here before I finish with correlation and start with quartile? Okay, someone has texted me. Okay. So last topic for this above morning session. After that, I will be covering in the evening one. So quartile. So if I have a line and I have to find the quartile. What I will do, I will have this line. This will be the quartile 2. And if I have this from here, it will be quartile 1. And if I have this from here, it will be quartile 3. So simply, if I want to divide this line into 4 equal parts, this will be 1, this will be 2, second part, this will be third part, and this will be fourth part. So this shows the first quartile, this shows the second quartile, third Q3. So how we calculate it, we will see that. So you can see it is the 25th percentile, Q2 is 50th percentile, and Q3 is 75th percentile. Its cuts Q2 simply cuts into the half. It's come to the lowest 25 and it's come to the highest 25. So this is the different quartile, and in if we talk about Python, it's come like quantile. We will see how we are going to calculate this. Okay, before moving on to the practical example, I have taken a numerical one also. This I want that everyone should do. You can see particular data set is divided into 4 parts. This is the median, quartile 1, quartile 2. 25% of the data has been equally distributed in 4 parts. Suppose this is our data set, everyone. Arrange it into the ascending order. If we arrange it into this ascending order, we get it like this. Now fit this data set, I want that everyone should file the different quantile. Q1, Q2 and Q3. How you will calculate the Q1? 1/4 of n plus 1. Q2, 1/2 of n plus 1. And Q3, 3/4 of n plus 1. Do it fast. Here it will be n plus 1. The number of observation plus 1. For even numbers or odd numbers, if it is an even number, it should be 1/2 n. Do it fast. What will be the answer Q1, Q2 and Q3 for this? Yes, in a particular given axis. Everyone calculated? Q1, Q2, 3 for this. If I increased, if it is possible to increase. Do it fast. Do it energetically, because after this you will be getting a break. So show some energy and find the Q1, Q2 and Q3. 18, 40 and 62. Okay. The answer is correct. Mrs. Usha ji, the answer will be 18, 40 and 62. And to find the interquartile range, there is a formula Q3 minus Q1. So if your Q3 is, perfectly correct. Someone has written the code also. Dr. Sraj, perfectly. 1D array she has created, and NP quantile have you written the program. You can take the help of the program which ma'am has given, or sir, Dr. Sarana Rajan. If I'm wrong, please pardon me. So if your quartile is 62, so 62 minus 18 will be the interquartile range, that is 44. So to implement this, we have numpy.quantile. And you can see the program is given by Dr. Sarana, and with quantile also. Okay. So let me show you the this program, and you can run this on your system. If simply there is an array, and if we want to calculate Q1, we will be writing 0.25 because it's 25%, it's 50%, and it's 75%. And for 100 percentile, it is 1, which already you have. An interquartile range, you can also calculate it by simply subtracting it. Okay, very good. After that, interquartile range answer also given. Very nice. So do it, write down and run this program. If you have any doubt, you can ask. You have seen the different variability in the statistics, range, interquartile range, standard deviation, and variance. Basic of stats is being covered. In the next session, we are going to move on further with the normal distribution, some linear regressions. We are going to see that. So you can write this program, and if you have any doubts, I can take over to it. Otherwise, I'm finished for this. You can ask. Hope you are doing this. I'm showing you the program. And if someone want to copy and run, there it is in chat box already given. For 100 percentile also, and for interquartile range also. Thanks to your colleague, which are giving the answers, and I found the audience very interactive. So, hope you are done with this. Written, everyone. Run the program and send the answers in the chat box. So, I'm getting that you are knowing the things. Perfectly correct. Anybody else who want to give the answer? Vimal sir, are you there?
Yeah, I'm listening. I'm listening the whole content without any
Okay, sir.
deviations.
Shall we start?
Yeah. With this, we can wind up. And since it is a very good session, I like to convey from my side. Since from the starting phase itself, we have directly entered into the working platform, and with coding part, very few members and few researchers will be concentrating in that. Apart from giving the first session with technical content in the way of theory part, I think it will be more useful for the people's like faculty community. It will be very helpful for them to analyze and work on that. It's a really very grateful thing. I think we have made our good choices in a very good way in inviting.
Thank you, sir.
That's a nice choice. And with this, we can start with our afternoon session, I guess. And since almost 2 hours you have been traveled with us in the morning session, so afternoon, which session we can start, ma'am? By 2?
By 2, sir.
Yeah, okay. So, okay, let us connect again by 2 p.m. in the afternoon, and we will continue with the same flow as our Urvasi ma'am has ignited the process. The rocket is going to be launched in a way how the fuel is being given to it. So this is a great thing and a nice thing. So I request participants to join by afternoon 2 p.m. Sharply, and we can directly get forward with the continuation of this session. And Urvasi ma'am, you have a short break, and we will join by 2 p.m. in the afternoon.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Yes. Participants, you keep working on the resources shared by Urvasi ma'am, and afternoon we can connect by 2 p.m. and 1:55 p.m. you try to join, so we can directly get into the session. Thank you. Thanks to all the participants. And at the end of the day, we will share all the materials given by the Urvasi ma'am. And we will post the feedback now in the chat box itself. And you can fill the feedback. So the feedback and attendance will be automatically, it will be retrieved. So only the feedback has to be done in the G form. So it has been posted in the chat box also. You can use it. And we will post the feedback and everything only in chat box and mail. So try to utilize the session, make a meaningful session. As we belongs to teaching community, we have to be a great learner, and very interactive session has been done, and many participants are giving very good interaction in the coding part also. It's nice thing. So thanks, Urosi ma'am. Thanks a
Thank
lot.
you, Sada. Thank you, participant, for writing such good things for me. Dr. Sanaya, Priyanka ji. And very many
We
more.
also have today afternoon and tomorrow session with Urvasi ma'am. She has been in a tight schedule. Anyhow, she was with us for today. So great thing, ma'am. So we
Okay.
afternoon we will connect it. So we
Yes, sir.
will.
Yes, sir. Sure.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.